What's up, everybody? My voice is still not back completely, but I don't know. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I'm thinking it'll be a lot better. I got my tea, so green tea. Um, Somebody who was that? Who gave me a recipe for tea, and I'll get it. I'm going to pick up the ingredients because it's his grandmother's tea recipe. I'm trying that, no doubt. No doubt. Um, but what's up, everybody? How are you? How's everybody doing on this side? Golly, I cannot do that. Yeah, we'll calm down on that. I guess excuse me, good grief. We are going to talk a little bit about some of everything, you know how we do it on here. And I'm just amazed. I saw today. I'm going to bring this in because um, it was such a blessing that the president had. Let's see. The president had the children in his office today, and he signed an executive order, and we're going to look at that for a little bit. That'll be one of the first things that we talk about because it's important that we remember the wonderful things that this man is doing. Now, I'm not worried about all of these detractors, all of these stupid people who are coming from out of every freaking where, trying to throw shade on everything that this man has been doing for and been attacked for it left and right. Attacked for it. Attacked. Look, what's the alternative? Somebody tell me that. After years and years and years, I lived through Obama. I lived through 8 years of that bastard. I lived through Obama. Okay? Y'all know I call him Slim Slacks. I ain't got time for him. He's a creep. I don't have time for Obama. He is, I've said it before, and I will continue to say it. He is the worst mistake that America ever made. Joe Biden was just a byproduct, and he was always there anyway. He was there during Obama's first and second term. He had 8 years to set up all these so-called little funky ass deals that only benefited his KKK clan. What's up, Random? Oh, do I sound better? Thank you. Girl, you know what? I'll be an advisor to President Trump because they owe us at least 4 years. And people are already, what's up, Misty? I'm doing good, girl. How are you doing? Well, my voice is still not completely back. People are already gearing up. You're looking past Trump until at least 2032. Y'all can kiss my ass. I don't give a shite. Like the president said, when you steal somebody's diamonds, you cannot keep the diamonds. You must give the diamonds back. And you must be held accountable for stealing the diamonds. These bastards stole the 2020 election. On X and not be immediately canceled like I was during the time that little troll Jack Dorsey held the reins of Twitter I'm so glad he's gone. Who knew? Who knew? Sorry, you guys. Who knew 10 years ago that Twitter would become X? Who knew Twitter would be that Jack Dorsey would go away? And Misty said, "Oh no, poor thing." You know what the funny thing is? I was doing a search because I needed to pull that story up and I didn't have it up on X already. And literally, the story, one of the first things on the search engine said, what was it? I typed in Eric Swallwell and it said, Swallwell Fang Fang. I'm like, oh, jeez. Oh my God, that is hilarious. Yes, and all the Dems and rhinos going to be held accountable for stealing our election. That's coming. You can't take the diamonds like that and just get away with it. I'm going to tell you what I want for these individuals. Oh, you ain't got to throw them in prison. Drag them to the front of the congregation in the public square like they used to back during the old English days. When England, oh my God, England is, I just watched a movie about old London the other day. And God, London was so nasty back in the day. Jesus. Back in the 19th century, 1800s, London, it's crazy. But anyway, um, drag them out into the public square so that people can see them, who they are, and name off exactly what they did to steal this country and put us through hell for 4 years of a Biden and Harris. Name them so we can shame them, right? That's what needs to happen. Number one, exposure. Exposure. We're in the exposure stage now. It's coming drip, drip, drip. But after, I believe, 2026, it's going to be flood. It's going to be flood. And it will be unstoppable. Remember, Q said back in the day, nothing can stop what is coming. Nothing. I still say that. I don't care whether anybody likes Q or not, or subscribes to it. It was an intelligence operation, and it was meant to give us some information that we would never, ever have been privy to before. So I know people have given up. I get it. To a degree, it's kind of like, nah, I kind of keep it on the DL, but you just get kind of weary with the days dragging on and dragging on, and there's just like this little thing over here and this little thing over here. But see, I think these pieces to this puzzle are coming together. I think when we see Kash Patel making announcements about how the U.S. Marshals and ICE rescued children from sex slavery, okay, from human trafficking, children rescued, and the news stories keep coming out. And this piece kind of goes with that piece. It's like a big puzzle. And we're putting it all together right now. It's not like everything's coming out all at once, because I think it's just too much to handle right now. But the Trump administration knows, up to and including the president himself, that at some point we want scalps. Actually, no, we want scalps now. We want scalps. We want scalps. We want these bastards who have been doing this to us with no care in the world, no consequences, no nothing. They just kept stealing money. And notice, it's been allowed. It's been allowed, like until today, when it was announced that Eric Swallwell was referred to the DOJ for mortgage fraud. So this is the same thing that they did to, was it not Lucky Luciano? I'm thinking of Al Capone, where they got him for tax evasion. And then it was just other charges started rolling up into one. This is what they're doing to these politicians. For example, Lisa Cook, I think her case is being heard either next week or it's coming up very soon. Remember, Lisa Cook, that big bitch, she is sits on the governor's board for the Federal Reserve. And remember, she black, and she's a female. So, up until now, she's been untouchable. But see, Lisa, I'm black too. I'm a black woman. And I don't give a shit about you or your title or your DEI or your AKA that you pledged or any of your other little fake accolades that you have just flaunted in front of the American citizens who have paid you. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Random is like, oh my God, it's funny, I know, it's weird. Lisa Cook, you are the worst. Okay? You had the nerve, the gall to commit mortgage fraud when you are on the Federal Reserve Governor's Board. You set the example. You set monetary policy for American citizens to follow. Oh, excuse me. I must have forgot. Rules for thee, but not for me. I forgot. On that note, I'll have a spot of tea. Do you have your tea? I'm going to have a spot of tea. And no, it's not a hot toddy. I probably wish I should have done that. I just don't drink, so I'm just hot toddy. I probably should at this point. I'm gonna put this up, Misty. Thank you for bringing that up. I think there was a live about her an hour ago. I missed it. Not to change the subject, but we need to be a huge voice for Tina Peters. Oh, honey, I've been doing that. We gonna keep it amplified up in here, bitches. We gonna keep it amplified, Democrats. We gonna keep it amplified. Jared Polis in Colorado, you fat, squishy, Squidward looking loser. We gonna keep Tina Peters amplified. Yeah. According to the Gateway Pundit, she's very sick in jail. She needs to be released. Came forward to help expose the cheating of the election, and now she sits. It's hellish. It is hellish. It is evil. It is disgusting. That bitch, Jenna Griswold, that big, fat, stanky Brimalo, She's the one who sat in that courtroom and sneered and snarled and had a smarmy, snarky look on her face while Tina Peters was languishing and knowing that any second she could lose her freedom. She knew what they were doing to her and she stood her ground. And I pray for that woman. She is a gold star mother. Her son, Remington Peters, served this country honorably. And what does he get? He gets his mother. God has had it with Colorado and these losers who have done such horrible, evil things to people. Let me give you some advice there, Squishy, Jared Polis. You know I can't stand your ass, don't you? Why don't you pretend to be a hero for once in your pathetic existence? Say, oh, in the spirit of Christmas and New Year's and environmental justice, to free up space in the jail, because we know you're a miserable kook. I am releasing Tina Peters immediately. Now, the president has ordered these people to do this already. It was on, if it's Joe Hoff, he's Gateway Pundit for sure. It won't let me open it here. Let me see if I can't find it. Because we're going to give some time to Miss Peters. They stole her husband from her. He had dementia and the Alzheimer's, and he was in a nursing home, and they turned him against her and made it seem like she didn't want to be bothered with him, and then she just left him there. They did that woman dirty. Y'all all, everybody, all of y'all who has something to do with this, y'all all going to hell for what you did. You might as well enjoy all the little money you've stolen from us. President Trump this is on his radar. And what pisses me off right now, I know Gold Star widows and Gold Star of America, they have to give the appearance of being nonpartisan. But y'all haven't said nothing about Tina Peters. And y'all know she's Gold Star mother. I'm a little upset with them because I'm a Gold Star widow. Mm-hmm. So I don't care what you think about Trump or what they say she did or whatever. Y'all still supposed to support her. She still has a son that was killed in action. You know what? Thank you, Misty, for bringing this up, because now I'm going to go ahead and have something to say to the director, the national director of Gold Star Families, because this is some bullshit right here. I don't care what y'all think of Tina Peters. She has served her country honorably by giving her son in battle, number one. I think it wasn't battle. I think it was like something, it may have been stateside, but I don't give a shit. He was on active duty. He was serving his country honorably. So I don't care. But let me see if I can find it. Gateway Pundit, Tina Peters. I usually use the Russian, yeah, I said it, the Russian search engine, because they come up the search is better. It doesn't censor like the MSN or Microsoft Bing or definitely Google. I don't even bother with Google anymore because the first 15 pages is a fucking some kind of factcheck.org or Snopes or CNN or MSDNC. I don't want to see that shit. Hold on. This is from 2024. Y'all about to piss me off right now. Y'all about to piss me off. Why isn't this story coming up right now? Hold on. You know what? I'm not going to frustrate myself. I'm going to the Russian because every time I go to somewhere, I should know this by now. Hold on. Let me find it on the Russian site because preventing key evidence. Here, let me type in 2025. Hold, please. It's got to be here. It's usually up in the first couple, 2, 3 stories. Oh, here. I'm going to type in November. Thank you for bearing with me. Thank you very much. Here, look, we're just going to read this. Let's see. Is this the story? Forbidden. You got to be shitting me. Hold on. Oh. Forbidden? Why is it forbidden for me to see that? That is fucked up. Excuse me. I'm sorry. See, then I start cussing because I get mad. I get mad because y'all can talk about everything else. Hold on. Now, hold on. Okay. I saw this story. This is from the 5th of November. And let me bring this in real quick. Let me see. Headline on the Gateway Pundit. Just in, Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche requests Tina Peters be transferred from Colorado State Prison to a Federal Bureau of Prisons facility. So you can read this article. I'm not going to read it because I'm saving my voice. But this talks about how let me see. This talks about how Todd Blanche has put in a request probably to the Bureau of, by the way, there's a Bureau of Prisons office right here in the same building I worked at on the federal campus here in Lakewood, Colorado. So it's right there. The Federal Bureau of Prisons just moved in there like 2 years ago. So that was when I was laid off under Joe Biden, by the way. Joe Biden, not Trump. Biden. The purge started in 2022, just so everybody's keenly aware. So the Trump Justice Department is ramping up its efforts against Colorado to get Tina Peters released from state prison. Now, let me see. I know there's the story. Where the heck is it? You posted it to your, where is, you mean on X? Well, let me see if I can. What's your name on X? Because it might, oh no, it's Misty. Hold on. I will see if I can find it. Wait a minute, did you put it in, hold on. Oh, please. Okay, hold on. Posted it to your page. Oh, hi, grandbaby. I see your granddaughter's girl. She's so cute. Y'all, her grandbaby's so cute. That was 2024. She's a year old. Oh my God. Okay, here it is. Okay, thank you guys for holding on. Thank you so very much. But you know, we gotta keep shouting out Tina Peters, bro. Because if it was not for her preserving that information, there would be very little proof to show what Dominion and what's the other one? These software voting machine companies. Hell, what's the other one that they use here in Colorado? I remember when they switched to Dominion, there was the other Secretary of State was in there. He was a loser too. But anyway, let's look at this right quick. Close, yeah. Joe, Tina Peters needs our help. She is reportedly very sick in prison. Tina Peters needs our help. An innocent elderly woman should not be in prison on a 9-year sentence for doing her job and protecting election data and records. Do I have to just go in front of the fucking Capitol and start making my own fucking protests in this fucking town, in this state? Is that what I have to do? Is that what needs to be done to bring national attention back to this? Because I've seen illegals who have committed vehicular fucking homicide on I-70 had their sentence reduced from 100 years down to 10 years because of the white liberal establishment in the state of Colorado. They couldn't stand, oh my God, that poor illegal. Oh no, he has a family and they all illegal too. We can't do that to the poor illegals. You see how these white liberals, do you see how they drag themselves around to protect illegal aliens in the state of Colorado and across the country? Do you see how they follow ICE agents around? Do you see how they go every length possible on planet Earth? They throw themselves in front of cars. They glue themselves to buildings. They are willing to stalk federal officers to prevent them from deporting illegal alien murderers, rapists, and child traffickers, bro. But this beautiful woman here, this beautiful woman of God, is sitting in prison for something that Jenna Griswold, the Secretary of State, did 10 times over. And the bitch investigated herself and she found that she did nothing wrong. I was in the court when that shit happened because she was sued by the Libertarian Party here in Colorado. This state, I swear, is full of demons. You got to be prayed up to live out here. I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. This is like the movie Constantine, where the demons are roaming around and they're not authorized to be here. But let me read, because I get emotional about this. They protect illegals with their very lives. But, oh, let's just not even bring up Tina Peters. Her son was a Navy SEAL. Okay? Okay? Elite military forces. Okay? She's a cancer survivor and a whistleblower. She actually, what she did was she did her job. She did her job. She preserved information that the Secretary of State's office was just getting ready to do what's called a trusted build. They were getting ready to go into the fucking machines and erase everything, even though it was not time to erase the information. And they were going to replace it with what they wanted to be seen. But Tina Peters caught images of it before they could erase it, and they threw her in prison. That's the long and short of it. All the background noise and who did what and who has said who did, I don't care. I don't care. There is information that she preserved that absolutely proves election fraud of the Colorado state officials of the highest ranks in this state. That's why she's in prison for 9 years. They want it to be a death sentence. And that ugly judge, that white liberal freak, creepazoid judge up in at the Capitol, excoriated her, made her feel like she was nothing. But I've seen how judges treat illegals. Oh, you poor. Oh, well, we want to make sure that you get your everything that you need. I can't stand these people. I don't know if you can tell. So this is what's been happening. And I didn't even know we were going in this direction, but thank you, Misty. So, you know, if you get a chance, go ahead and read this. They indicted her on multiple charges. This is, you know what? Wow. I'm getting mad again. I'm getting mad. Hold on. I'm getting fighting mad. So anyway, I'm going to say that. Thank you, Misty, for reminding me how pissed off and angry I am every day of my life, and reminds me why I do what I do. Why I do what I do. Okay? Because we are supposed to protect each other. And we are supposed to be the voice for the innocent. And I can show you story at Smartmatic. That's it. Thank you, Misty. That's it. That's the other one. Which one? Aren't they Serbian? 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 Why do we have Serbian machines? Serbia? Is that still a country? It's so fucking weird, dude. But Todd Blanche has requested, which they're going to have to let that woman go because she's being mistreated here in Colorado, and they know it, and they don't give a shit. They're hoping that if they deprive her of her medications, and if they just treat her like shit long enough, then she'll just die in prison, and then they won't have to worry about it. But yeah, Gateway Pundits, excellent source to go to. Joe Hoft, Jim Hoft. I really wish oh, help me, Jesus. Andrew Breitbart could have been here to see all this right now. But they got rid of him, so you know how they do. Motherfuckers. So back to this news. Unreal. 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 They would just line everybody up and shoot them if they could. They have no use for us. What did I show you the other day? What did I show you in Colorado? What did I show you? Let me remind you what they think of American citizens. Let me remind you. Screw you. That's what they think of American citizens. This is in Colorado, the office of the New Americans. They don't give a shite about us. They don't care about Tina Peters. They don't care about us. They care about refugee services and immigrant services and committees, and they're all about immigrants and illegals. precious, 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 the precious illegals. Look at this. Benefit Recovery Fund. Applications now open. So you're harboring fugitives and you're giving them aid and comfort. Got it. Got it. The Benefit Recovery Fund provides compensation for eligible illegal aliens who have lost employment through no fault of their own. That means through the Trump administration and ending these temporary protected status that they never should have had in the first place. Go home, Hermelinda. Working with new Americans. Oh, wow. Recruiting them, upskilling them, providing them with free training so that they could get good jobs. Because these are what the new Americans. This is what the state of Colorado thinks about us. Screw you. We're going to tax you through the roof. We're going to make it so uncomfortable for you to live here that you're just going to fucking leave. What else we got here? Oh, request feedback from the New Americans Community Advisory Committee. I think I will. Sure do. I think I will. Thank you for asking. Colorado Migrant Welcome Guide. Wow. This welcome packet is intended to assist asylum seekers, illegals, who do not yet have an immigration legal status, but are intending to call Colorado home. That's harboring a fugitive, bastards. The Office of the New Americans. I will continue to bring this up. So treat them like gold and treat Tina Peters like Al-Qaeda. Got it. Got it. Got it. Also, why is it in English? Oh, no, they got it in like 20 other languages, honey. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, they make sure them illegals don't miss a beat. Your mom, the shot of whiskey may help the voice. Really? Okay, I don't know what kind of whiskey. I don't drink, but if I can get rid of this, I will be better. Let me tell you, because this is driving me up the wall. You said Road Mad Hatter, Random Mad Hatter. Your mom is on Social Security. Can't get any help. Oh, remember they were giving Social Security to illegals? Remember that? Before our darling Elon Musk. He's so socially awkward and cute. It cracks me up, dude. It cracks me up. I just watch him and go, do you even know how to be around people, honey? You're so cute. Where's the little baby? Where's little X? He's the cutest little thing ever. Oh my gosh, he is so cute. Little X is so cute. He is just a doll. Oh my gosh. But you remember how DOJ exposed the Social Security? They were giving these individuals the full maximum amount possible in Social Security that they never ever paid into, not even once. Unfreaking believable. Don't you wish you could sit down with President Trump and actually tell him all the things we need to tell him and all of the things? Yes. 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 I wouldn't want to overwhelm him because he's a very busy man, but I would certainly, if I sitting down with him, that's just, I've been praying about that. And I totally believe that I'm going to have the opportunity to do that. So y'all pray for me, because I will have like the top thing that's really top of mind for us, because I don't think he always gets the best advice from the people who surround him. Because you got to remember, a lot of these people, they've been in DC for so long, they're kind of disconnected too. So, we live in the community, so we got our finger on the pulse of the community. We know what people, the kitchen table issues and things of that sort. I'm really good at that. And when I make posts and I tag him in it and I tag Caroline Levin, I'm going to keep myself um, in front of them. And I'm telling you, one of these days, they're going to see what I've been doing, because I'm doing what I'm doing on my own. I ain't got time for the Colorado GOP. They're out of their minds, dude. I haven't had a chance to sit down and talk with the head of the GOP, but I don't want to be caught up in anybody's bullshit. I just want to get things done. That's all. I don't care about all this bickering and infighting. I just want to get things done. Yeah, no, I don't know, Misty. Maybe it's crazy. Let's talk about Eric Swallowswell for a minute before we get back into the president, the good stuff. Let's talk about that. Yeah, Eric Swallowswell, or not so well, reportedly referred to DOJ over alleged mortgage fraud. Democratic California rep, or so he says, Eric Swallwell was slapped with a criminal referral over alleged mortgage fraud. Mortgage and tax fraud. Interesting. Yeah. Federal Housing Finance Authority, FHFA, Director Bill Pulte claimed in a Wednesday letter sent to Attorney General Pam Bondi, excuse me, that Swallowswell may have made false or misleading statements in loan documents involving the purchase of the Washington, D.C. house. NBC first reported, citing an anonymous source. Additionally, FHFA's acting inspector general is also probing the mortgage fraud allegations, same anonymous source told the outlet. So, what it is basically, you can go back and read this. This is Daily Caller, but it's all over the news now. Eric Swallowswell says he represents the California district so he can have that congressional seat, but he doesn't have a residence in California at all. What? What? Interesting. They raked Lauren Boebert here in Colorado, raked her over the coals over bagging, because she moved to CD4 or District 4 to be a congressional representative. So she moved over to District 4 so that she could, because that was an easier seat to win. They raked her over the coals for that shit. I mean, even from the right and the left, they wouldn't shut up about it. But Eric Swalwell can just not even live in the state he claims to represent. And he'll claim to be the victim. Next, he gonna say, oh, they targeted me because I'm Black. I'm waiting for that. I don't know. He has been looking like he's spending a lot of time around Shaquisha Bonquavius, Alizé Jenkins, Jasmine Crockett. They make videos together. They sit next to each other in Congress. I don't know. Maybe he dipping in the chocolate. Maybe he is dipping in the chocolate. You might want to check that out, Mrs. Swallwell. Because if he dipping in the chocolate, bitch, you cancel. You ain't going back to your ugly, funny looking pale ass. And Jasmine Crockett, that bitch done gained like 40 pounds. You see her? You see her just the other day standing there with an ugly fat drag queen talking about, oh, you know how MAGA women, you know that look they got, they all got lip injections. Bitch, I ain't got no lip injections. I ain't got no lip injections, you big brimalo hoe. I ain't got no lip. What? I don't need no lip injections. These are factory originals. This is my mom and my daddy, bitch. Talk to me about no. And yes, I'm a proud MAGA woman, honey. And even if I did want to have work done, baby, that's my choice. Remember? Remember, liberals? Remember? Remember, my body, my choice. Remember? Y'all been drilling that into our heads concerning abortion for decades. Yeah, remember? Remember? Mm-hmm. But yeah, Jasmine Crockett looked like a big ass hot mess. And why she got that funny looking boo-boo braid on top of her head? What is going on? They're trying to rebrand her. They don't know what to do with her. See, they had her with different hairstyles for like a couple of 3 months, 4 months. And they tried to rebrand her because so many people were calling her out for being ghetto. So they tried to rebrand her and make her have more refined speech and tamer hair and not so combative. But now she's just gone back to being ridiculous and don't nobody know what the hell that entity is on top of her head. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, oh my God, that tea is good. That's good. Celestial Seasonings. Celestial Seasonings is right here in Boulder, right? I can't go to Boulder without having a panic attack. It's not as bad as it was before, but Boulder is so liberal. I literally used to have panic attacks when I went there. Like I would just start because you can just feel the liberalism. Like it's so many liberals. Mighty funny. It's like 95% white, rich, uh, over college educated, credential class white liberals. Oh, but they care so much about darkies. Oh, save the black folks. Oh, we love darkies. We just don't want your black ass living here. That's all. And they will, you are everybody, unless you bought a house there in like 1980 when Mork and Mindy was still on, you ain't moving to Boulder. Sorry, you're not living in Boulder. You might get a tiny discount if you're a student and you go to CU, Colorado University. Otherwise, forget it. I have gone live on TikTok. Um, um, I'm I do have a here's my TikTok handle just for whatever. What is it? Ah, hell, I forgot. But DM me, Misty, and I'll find it. But I do go live on there every once in a while. I try to keep it light because I'm on like my 4th account. Oh, did you? Oh, right on. Yeah, did I follow you back? If not, it's just because I'm not on there that much. But I'm gonna do a live on TikTok at least a couple of 3 times a week because you do get a lot of reach there as well. I see a lot of TikTok videos showing up on big accounts on X, like Wall Street Apes or my dog. Therefore I am. That's my girl right there. She's funny. She cracks me up. We talk sometimes. Not yet. Okay, I'll make sure I do. Is it the same Misty? I'll find you. So yeah, Eric Swallwell. Here's a couple more news items. We're gonna just rapid fire now. Rapid fire. Rapid fire. Kristi Noem announces $10,000 bonus checks for some TSA workers impacted by government shutdown. Let's hear what the beautiful Kristi Noem
developing over the last 20 minutes or so. Bonus checks for TSA workers who went without pay during the longest government shutdown in U.S. history. Big bonuses. That's the big announcement we just heard from Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. She's at Houston's George Bush Airport highlighting the work of those TSA workers. Here's a listen.
So today we are announcing that we are going to be handing out bonus checks of $10,000 to TSOs, to agents who work for TSA who served with exemplary service. And what that means is that we are going to not only continue their paychecks like they should have received all along, but also they're going to get a bonus check for stepping up, taking on extra shifts, for showing up each and every day, for serving the American people, and taking seriously the mission that the Department of Homeland Security takes seriously and that they...
So remember, President Trump said he would do this. He also said he would dock some pay. CBS News reporter Shauna Mizell is live in Houston. So Shauna, what else did we hear from Secretary Noem?
That's right, Reed. Secretary Noem just left this podium a few moments ago making that major announcement that TSA workers will receive $10,000 in a bonus check. But this is going to be just for workers who went above and beyond. She cited the ones who did exemplary service during this shutdown, coming in without pay for more than a month, and some of them even filling in on extra shifts. Now, we also heard from the secretary on when these workers would receive their actual paychecks, a lot of that back pay that they have gone months without receiving. And she said that the Department of Homeland Security actually did all of the paperwork last night to ensure that TSA workers across the country will begin to see those back paychecks in their bank accounts in the next few days.
All right, Shauna Mizell, a lot of people really happy about that in Houston. Good to talk to you there in the great state of Texas.
We won. We won. Once again, we won. We won. What does that mean? President Trump, as he mentioned, for those who came to work who didn't call in sick, like the air traffic controllers with their Trump derangement syndrome, posting shit on Blue Sky and posting shit on your little Facebook page about how you haven't been paid and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. You don't get no bonus. Matter of fact, you might not be able to keep your damn job. That's what you get, bitches. And the people who came to work, who showed up every single day, who didn't complain, who worked extra shifts to cover because of the ones who called in sick every day because they wasn't getting paid. Now, you're going to get your little funky ass back pay. But the ones who showed up, the ones who came to work and didn't complain and didn't make the work environment challenging for everyone around them, they quietly just did the job that they were hired to do. Yeah, they're going to get even more money in addition to their month of back pay. They're going to get an additional $10,000. So maybe, I know I see a lot of these TSA agents are Black. Maybe you should have stayed your Black ass on your job instead of complaining about President Trump. Because guess what? Kamala Harris, who is not Black, she is Indian. She wouldn't have gave you shit. You wouldn't have got nothing. You wouldn't have got nothing. Wouldn't even conceive of coming up with a bonus. They would be like, yeah, you better be glad you still got a job now. Shut the hell up. Unbelievable. All right. Excellent story. Excellent story. Rapid fire. Oh, here's something interesting I found the other day. Headline on the Western Journal. report Obama's HHS, I used to work for them, and the CDC, yeah, placed children with human traffickers. Media dead silent. That was in 2018. That was in 2018. And the story is coming back to haunt his skinny old ass. You see his hair, how gray it is? Yeah, we got to stay reminded of how useless the Obama Biden administration really was. Yeah, I'm keeping that story too. This is kind of a story that we need to refer to often. Unfucking believable. Oh yeah, what else we got? What else we got here? No, sorry. Hold, please. Now let me find the story where, there it is. Let's bring this in to round out this show. This is posted by Margot Martin, 47 on X. POTUS and FLOTUS sign an executive order fostering our future to expand access to mentorships, scholarships, technology, and workforce training for youth who have been in the foster care system. Not illegals, not illegals, American children. This is my president.
Ready, everybody? Yep. This is it. Too late to change it. Should we sign it?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Look at my first lady.
We sign this?
Look how beautiful she is.
That's the first lady to sign it once.
These are some foster kids back here. Love it. Love, 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 love. Mwah, mwah, mwah. My first lady is spearheading this new Fostering Our Future effort to assist foster children who have been in the system for years. For whatever reason, they're not with their birth mother and birth father, but they are going to be able to have more access to job training, career training, mentorships, technology like STEM to get them prepared for for a brighter future, so that they can get beyond the horrible past that they had to experience. So when they graduate out of the system, when they're over 18, the money stops coming in. So my first lady, it was on her heart to start this program called Fostering Our Future. And they want to make fun of her. They want to talk shit about my first lady. Don't do it in front of me, because I'll cut you to ribbons. I'll cut you down. Not going to tolerate it. That woman has a heart of gold. She is just gorgeous. You can tell. She doesn't get caught up in all this political crap. The first lady has been sending letters to President Vladimir Putin to have people released, children released from Russia to return to Ukraine, I believe it was, so that they could be with their families. She's just an amazing, amazing woman. And these liberals are so jealous because they're ugly on the inside and it resonates out. And she's just doing all these wonderful things for the world because she loves children. She had one child of her own, and that was Barrett. And she poured all of her love into her son. And he's an amazing kid. And so that happened today. And Brother Terrence Williams was there. And he was invited because he grew up in the foster care system. And they invited him to be there to be part of the festivities. And I think that's just absolutely wonderful. He is so grateful, and he has come just up. How do you come from being a dude on YouTube eating fried chicken, supporting Trump back in 2016, to visiting the White House, going to Mar-a-Lago all the time, being invited to the parties that are just absolutely the talk of the town? He started his own company. He's an entrepreneur now. Look up his products. I think it's Cousin T's pancake mix or whatever. I think that's what it is. So he's an entrepreneur. He went from a kid in the foster care system to an entrepreneurial success in the United States. And he is another show of proof that we don't need a bunch of illegal aliens here just stealing our resources. They've never paid anything into this country, never paid anything into the system. All they do is take, and they think that we owe them. Let's check in on Mexico while we're here, because remember, I've been finding these videos of Mexico and how now Mexico is overrun with illegal aliens from Venezuela and Honduras and El Salvador and Colombia and Brazil and everywhere else. And they don't want them. They tell them, we don't have no money for you. Unfreaking real. Unfreaking real. Hold on. Let me find one. Oh, let's do this one. So here is something that was posted by this guy, Tio Liberal, about U.S. evicts migrants sleeping in airports. Let's see what's going on with that, since we haven't talked about this in a hot minute. There's so much other news, but we got to keep up with what's going on with the illegals.
Here's the scope. Look, they have someone detained over there. Right? I'm really scared. I'm hiding under this chair. I hope they don't see me or they'll send me to Guatemala right away.
You supposed to be, oh my God, don't start me on these fucking illegals, dude. I'll go off. I will go off. Hold on. Shut up, fatty. Get out.
4 rooms
Get your fat ass out of here.
full of inadmissible migrants and asylum seekers. The images of the overcrowding are impressive. Look at that. They're on the floor where they can fit them in. In a coordinated operation that has rocked the terminals of several key airports, The United States government has begun massive raids to
Get
evict
out!
thousands of migrants who have turned these spaces into makeshift shelters.
Get out of here because I honestly can't.
From Boston to Chicago, federal and local authorities have acted firmly, expelling groups who had been sleeping on floors, in hallways, and in departure lounges for weeks or even months.
Sleeping on the floor of Logan International Airport, as more people continue to arrive and use the facilities as shelter.
Daniel Porras Media is my full name now. I'm from Venezuela. I'm an asylum seeker, and I'm sleeping in Terminal 4 for the time being. Yeah.
Ooh, y'all get on my nerves already. Y'all get on my nerves. So anyway, this was happening during the Biden administration. So I'm not sure if that's some of that is happening now, because I tend to think they are not going anywhere near an airport. Oh, interesting. Here, I like this guy. Cash Jordan does some really great videos. He used to do a lot of on location videos in New York City, but I haven't seen him in a while. So if you haven't watched him on YouTube, check out Cash Jordan. Hold on a second. Let me bring it in. Check it out. Cash Jordan in New York.
Panicked New Yorkers are fleeing in droves now that Mamdani is mayor.
The election of Zohran Mamdani as New York City mayor already sparking an exodus out of New York, even before he's sworn in. Florida's real estate market reportedly seeing a reported $100 million boom as wealthy New Yorkers look to escape higher taxes and other promised socialist policies.
Are wealthy people going to leave New York if Mamdani wins? No, they're not going to leave.
Really?
A lot of them are threatening to leave because of higher taxes. Well, if I didn't want to be taxed, that's what I'd be saying too. But it's not true. Why not?
So they
Two
want to be
simple
taxed?
reasons. First, most wealthy people are wealthy because they own assets like land, buildings, companies, penthouse apartments. If those assets are in New York City, they're staying in New York City. You can't move a building. And moving your whole company and your family just to avoid a 2% income tax? Not going to happen.
Really?
Stop right there, genius. So, have you met a wealthy person? Do you really think a single penthouse apartment in New York City is bought under someone's name?
Yeah, they own like 10 penthouses.
No one buys the land for their name or buildings. Right. It's all done for trust and LLCs. And nothing will stop a person change tax filing status to Florida or Texas. Building will still be in New York City, but taxes are not going to go to New York City.
Ooh. People are leaving now because they have trust issues with the new mayor.
They hate a politician they can't trust.
On the subject of trust, you've adopted different speaking accents in different scenarios.
Oh, really?
They go to their local bodega.
Is there one that's real and one that's affected?
What I would say is, as any immigrant knows, having been born in Kampala, Uganda, and then
smiling, communist. He's gonna smile your ass right to the Skid Row. He gonna smile you right to Skid Row.
Raised in South Africa and moving here when I'm 7 years old, is there different parts of my life?
Worldwide tour is a worldwide tour is a worldwide
That's his voice?
Mamdani was talking about a worldwide press tour back when he was a rapper in a Disney movie directed by his mother.
Nepotism and hard work goes a long way. Here in New York City, this is how I speak, this is how I am.
Do you believe in the First Amendment, Tom Homan?
I don't know. Oh man, that's a little suspicious, don't you think?
The country of Uganda, every single year, always places in the top 10, 20 worst countries on planet Earth for their lack of civil rights. They have no freedom of speech. They've got no freedom of expression. They have no protections for their LGBTQ communities. The World Economic Forum and every other international association doesn't even send Uganda money anymore, because every time they do, it magically disappears into the shadow of corruption, all right? Simultaneously, we've got someone running for mayor of New York City who is from Uganda, but instead of coming here and expressing a shred of gratitude or recognizing that America is his last safe harbor, protecting him from what would have been a life of oppression and discrimination in his home country, does nothing but criticize America. He criticizes our society, our institutions, our culture. He stands antithetical to pretty much everything America stands for. And why is this a critical nuance vis-a-vis the rest of the waves of immigration that have come to America? I'll tell you why. Because between the years 1890 and 1954, when something like 20 million European immigrants came to America, they came here because they loved this country. They believed in the American dream. They instilled the American spirit in their children and their grandchildren. They were ready to fight in World War I. They laid down life and limb in World War II. They recognized expressly that America was a light on this globe, saving them from the political unrest, turmoil, and famine of their home countries, okay? So here's a radical concept. How about we stop letting folks in this country that hate America? And two, why don't we never, ever dream about letting one of them run?
I guess America's the only country in the world where they will let you in if it is your prerogative after you get in to hate on the place.
Check out this video really quick.
Starting on day one, we will expand the city's special enforcement programs, doubling fines for hazardous violations and tripling them for conditions that are immediately dangerous. And when a really bad landlord, like this guy, refuses to fix it, the city's going to step in, make the repairs, and send them the bill.
Wow.
If that doesn't work, the city's taking over the building.
Oh!
We're putting the worst landlords out of it.
Okay. So now he's talking about taking over the means of production. I'm sorry, that's communism. That's literally communism. That's taking over the means of production. So he's just gonna start taking over buildings, and see, that's subjective. Because when we'll talk more about this tomorrow, because it gets off into a whole different thing, and we're getting kind of at the end of our time. But what he does, it's a scheme. It's a scheme by making the regulations absolutely unachievable. And then you have the rent caps on the apartments in New York City. So the property owners can only charge $1,500, for example, even if the market rent should bring $3,500 a month. So they're going to lose out on that money. That's between the $1,500 to $3,500. They're not going to get subsidized for it. So landlords are not going to make repairs to buildings because they're not going to be able to. Because, see, they still have a mortgage to pay on the building themselves. Okay, so then if you can't pay the jizya, oh, my bad. Excuse me. Did I say that? Did I say jizya? Yeah, that's a fee that you pay to the Muslims if you're not a Muslim, for them to allow you to live in their area. Whoopsie. Yeah, so paying for you're not ever going to be able to achieve what this moron is trying to get people to adhere to. It's unattainable. So anyway, what he'll do is just deem every property, you're a slumlord, you're a slumlord, you're a slumlord, you're a slumlord. And then he'll just take over the fucking building. That's not constitutional. This clown is going to be destroyed in a very short amount of time. Nobody's going to put up with his little whining shit. This is what happens when you put a 34-year-old in charge of the biggest economy in the world, New York City, and he's never had a job before in his entire existence. He's never had a job, never run a company, never had employees. doesn't know what a balance sheet is, doesn't know what a bottom line is. He doesn't know what projections are. He doesn't know expensing accounts. He knows nothing about running a business. He's going to bankrupt New York City.
So this is his plan. He's going to take away the building if the landlord can't afford to make renovations. The city will step in and do it, but then they'll take away the building if the landlord can't afford it. But at the same time, he's doing rent freezes. He's going to freeze rent so landlords can't raise rent.
Ooh.
So how are they supposed to pay for it? Like if there's a major problem with the apartment complex, how are they supposed to pay for it?
They're not.
And if they can't afford it, and the only way that they can is to raise rent. But no, he froze the rent.
Yeah.
You know, materials are going up, labor is going up. What's going to happen? Oh, they'll pay for it, the city. But then, no, if you can't pay me back, I'm going to take away the building. This is a slow, over time, slow transition into government housing. And what does that sound like if the government's going to be owning all these buildings?
Sounds like a problem.
Communism.
And you know something? The government of New York City already owns more apartments than any other government in the United States. And look at what a great job they're doing.
NYCHA says residents have the heat and hot water, although many of them say it is not up to
No
par at
heat.
this point. NYCHA held a meeting but refused to allow the media
No
in.
media.
This digital calendar lightening my mental load makes it worth every penny.
Right,
I wasn't fully
commercial.
convinced the Skylight calendar would be able to do it until I finally got one.
So why is the media and public not allowed in a meeting for a night
They're
show?
locking out the news. On that, look at the door. It's
A
like a
NYCHA
jail.
property manager shutting out the media and tenant advocates who've been fighting for residents of the Mitchell houses. They refuse to give any building updates if cameras and cell phones
That's
were rolling.
ridiculous.
They want to stop y'all because they want to hide what is really going on in this development.
The chimney
Look at
chute
this
above
place.
the boiler room at 205 Alexander Avenue collapsed in early October, 5 weeks
That's
ago.
terrible.
A temporary system has been used to provide heat and hot water to residents, but gas
Look
for
at this.
cooking has not been
Falling
restored.
down.
Several residents we've spoke to say the temporary heat is not working properly.
I ain't got
Government
no heat.
housing.
I
Look,
don't
she's
have
wearing
no
a jacket. She's
And-
freezing.
And that's what I told them. I don't have no heat. I don't have no crock pot.
But it was cold in the apartments earlier today, since the morning to about 5:30.
And this has been happening in New York City for years. They've already got more buildings than they know what to do with, and the residents are suffering. These are the worst buildings you could possibly live in, and now the city's going to take more buildings?
There's been a problem like that, seems like every day.
A NYCHA spokesperson said the meeting was not open to the public and media because it was building specific
that's true.
residents. Afterwards, some residents told us that they were told each apartment needs to be tested for asbestos before the gas line running into the apartment can be repaired.
gonna take years.
In a statement, a NYCHA spokesperson said in part that gas service interruptions and restoration work are a matter of public safety and involve multiple partners and steps.
It's never going to get
Another
done.
resident who didn't want to be shown on camera says he's living on takeout food since he can't cook on
This
a hot
is
plate.
awful.
I'm a teacher.
That's not affordable. If you're ordering all of your food from restaurants because your apartment doesn't work and you can't make food at home, you're not living in an affordable city. Things just got less affordable.
Government housing.
Things just got worse. And we think it's a good idea to bring this in. This is going to be everybody's apartment here real soon. But what about the idea of making the buses and subways more affordable? What about that idea?
Stop. Like, look at him.
Nobody keep charging me and my dad.
Ain't nobody charge you. You need to go to.
Oh, he's getting in her face.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Ooh.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. I want you to
Oh.
try. Come on.
Wow. Oh.
Like, it's tired of you.
Most people don't even pay to ride the subway anymore. They just avoid it unless they don't care about this kind of thing.
New York Governor Kathy Hochul is casting doubt on Mayor-elect Zora Mamdani's campaign promise
Oh,
to
she
make
is?
buses fast and free. The governor speaking to New York One
Fast and
Puerto
free.
Rico over the weekend.
I cannot set forth a plan right now that takes money out of a system that relies on the fares of the buses and the subways. But can we find a path to make it more affordable? for people
What's
who
she
need
gonna
help?
do?
Of course we can.
Mamdani stayed on
They
track
already have a
Monday
reduced
and touted
fare
his vision
system.
for the city.
The success of our administration will not only be measured in the questions of the hallmark 3 points of our agenda, but also in the questions of whether public goods are functioning effectively across the city.
A promise many New York riders welcome.
That would be such a big help.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of tough out here.
I think it's going to be great for people.
J.C. Polanco, a political expert and professor at the University of Mount St. Vincent in the Bronx, says Mamdani's plan requires clearing a series of hurdles, including safety
That's
concerns.
the thing. People are really afraid that if you allow anybody to get on the bus with no barrier, not even a payment, that there will be increased lawlessness on the bus. I mean, the subway, you just saw fare evasion's rampant down there. So most of the people down there that are causing trouble are already riding for free. Do we want the buses to be the same way?
Bus capacity and cost.
He's going to need the support of the MTA and the state legislature, really the governor. Here in New York City now, we have about a $452 million shortfall with the MTA. It's one of the major reasons we have congestion pricing, to make ends meet.
Mamdani estimates the cost of free and fast buses will total.
What a lie that is.
Good grief. This is a freaking disaster. This is a disaster. And they're trying to do it again here in Denver. This bum, the same one who brought in all these illegals and gave them everything they wanted. Now, he has posted on X about this. Hold on. This ain't it. This is not it. I want to find it because it's pretty funny that Mike Johnston, who is the so-called mayor in Denver, has this new Vibrant Denver thing that passed, that he's he's got this great new idea, right, that he's going to put certain individuals all together in an apartment complex. Here, let me find it so I can show you, and that'll wrap us up. Hold on. Here it is. So basically, what this is Libs of TikTok always does a great job with these. So they're going to put a bunch of people together. From Vail, Colorado, the little rich white boy from Vail. I'll let him tell you. Hang on, let me bring this in. Sorry. La, 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 la. He couldn't run a lemonade stand.
This is what affordability looks like here in Denver. Today we opened 128 units of affordable housing. Let me show you what this means. This means both workforce housing. So if you are someone that's a teacher, that's a nurse, that's a firefighter, looking for a place to work and a place to live, you can live here. If you're looking for permanent supportive housing, that means you might be someone who's coming out of corrections or
Hold on. Did you hear what he said? So this dumb fool is putting nurses, firefighters, teachers in the same building with individuals who have just been released from prison, and illegals, of course.
coming out of homelessness and need some support.
Oh yeah, homeless fucking drug addicts. This dumb son of a bitch. Hold on, let's do it over again.
This is what affordability looks like here in Denver. Today we opened 128 units of affordable housing here. Let me show you what this means. This means both workforce housing
So if you are someone that's a teacher, that's a nurse, that's a firefighter, looking for a place to work and a place to live, you can live here. If you're looking for, that means you might be someone who's coming out of corrections or coming out of homelessness and needs some supportive services as well. You can see amazingly built public spaces, beautiful outdoor patio and grill. You got
this dumb bastard. Oh my God. So oh my God. We're gonna deal with this tomorrow because this is just too juicy to we'll talk about this tomorrow. You know, because I have some personal anecdotes to add to that. A random is like, no thanks. So basically, okay, let me set you up with the scenario here. You got a single mother. I hate that term, single mom. I hate it. So you got a single parent who has maybe maybe 3 children, a toddler, a 7-year-old, and a 16-year-old girl. Okay. So she moves in. Down the hall from her is Matt, who just got paroled from prison after being in prison for 8 years. Okay. Next door to him is a homeless drug addict named Franklin. In a park. This is what's wrong with Colorado. Oh Jesus. Oh God, I just can't. I can't. I don't even know what to say after that. We'll talk more about it tomorrow. But do you see how this is going to be a complete wreck? It's give me your daughter. Give me your daughter. Or the prisoner who's been in Canyon City for 8 fucking years. And he sees you have a cute teenage daughter who goes to school every day. And he's been locked up for 8 years. Yeah. This is going to work out. No guns, you can't protect yourself when this homeless drug addict kicks your door in and steals and drags your daughter out by her hair and rapes her down the hall. That's great. That's great. Vibrant Denver. That's great. It's just freaking great. Throat and my mind a little bit of a rest because these are some heavy subjects. But we'll be back tomorrow with more great news because you know how we do. Anyway, God bless you. I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. I love y'all, and I thank you for spending some time with me and tolerating my voice being kind of half here and half gone. So I'm really praying it'll be back tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, good grief. God bless you too, Random Mad Hatter. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's good to be here. It's good to be here. I felt like absolute dog shit, let me tell you. But coming back, I'm taking my supplements and it's fine. Take care, pray for our president, our first lady, and his children, grandchildren. Pray for this nation. Pray for each other. He hears. All right. God bless you. I appreciate you and thank you for tuning in. Thank you. Truly, thank you. I truly appreciate you. Thank you.